Hey guys, welcome to Raja Makes Money. How are all my money makers doing today? And hey, the lucky chicken is back today. We had a winning day in the market. Always nice to start off Monday, the first day of the week, winning. So I hope all you guys did great today in the market. And lots of stuff going on today. Made some trades, nothing crazy today. Made a few trades, took some profits off the table, closed a couple of positions, opened up a new position today. In the naked one, which hasn't performed very well since we opened it. But a lot of these meme stocks are getting crushed, and the pounding on them continues after hours tonight. And I'm going to show you guys why they're getting pounded and how the market makers can manipulate the markets. And I mean, basically what they've done, I can tell you right now, that there are some people with a lot more money than me and you ever will dream about having who are manipulating these markets with the market makers. They are going to get back the 20 billion that they lost or more. And I think they've got a lot of it back, because I can tell you right now, I don't know what happened to all these millions of people who are playing these and supporting these, but these stocks are tanking. I don't know where Elon Musk is. It seems like everybody ran today. And like I said, they're just taking a pounding right now, even more. And we'll show you guys, and I'm going to show you guys some stuff that these market makers did. While they say they didn't do anything, I'm going to show you what they're doing to drive down these stock prices. And it's pretty shocking. They're basically making it where the little guy can't play these stocks. Even with Robinhood limiting people to 1 share, now 5 shares again, 4 shares, or 20 shares. It's all a joke. It's manipulation. And I'm going to show you guys some stuff here in a little bit. But let's get right into it today, right into the action. Up $387,000. The good news is that the VIX has dropped a lot. So a lot of the option volatility came down. So while a lot of my stocks weren't up today, the volatility came so far down that the profits skyrocketed because it was so high on Friday. And I also wanted to sell some things off and be in a little bit better cash position, because one, it's hard with some of these stocks being restricted still, and you have to call in to get a trade in. And I mean, you can close any position online, but it's a little hard to play them. So we're going to go back probably to Apple and some of the normal stuff that just makes it easier to play. We're not going to have as big gains, but it'll be nice and steady money. Plus, we'll still play, some stocks, and obviously we'll take advantage of any opportunities out there that we see. But let's go over stuff today. Express got pounded again, down another $1. But this is what I was showing you guys. So this is very interesting. While Express, the stock was down $1, the option contract actually, so we lost 75 grand on the stock, but the option contract we made 27,000 back on. Jaguar Health today was flat, was up a couple of pennies, down a couple of pennies, nothing big there. OPTI didn't do much, down a little bit. OZOP is coming back. That one's on the move, 17 cents today. That one could pop. If that one gets above 20, 21 cents again, probably look to get out of it. So we did Naked today. Everybody's talking about Naked. I mean, at one point, I think it was over $2 today, pre-market. It was really rocking with some of the stocks. The high of the day was $1.90. I did not get the best fills. I did then average down, and then I didn't do anything else after that. I was going to buy some more, and then I said, you know what? If this thing comes back, we already averaged down a little bit. Let's get out of it. If this thing goes down a lot lower, maybe we'll average down some more. We'll take a look at it, because definitely it's going to be a very interesting day tomorrow with a lot of these. NWBO today, up a small amount. We still have a negative there. CTYX today really didn't do anything. We're still waiting for that one, hopefully, to do something. These 3 stocks I got out of. I finished getting out of Sunshine Biopharma. We had that 100,000 shares left. I actually got a good fill. I think around 12 cents got out of that. Sundial Growers. This one was one that we actually bought at $1.03, went all the way down to 80 cents, was down quite a bit on it. Came back today, didn't get out at the peak. I got out at, I think, $1.13. We'll look at the trades here in a second. Made some profit on it and got out of it and freed up some, just like I said, freed up some cash. This is another one, Solar Integrated Roofing. Hadn't done much. We got back to even on it. We paid 66 cents. It dropped all the way to like 50 cents, back to 66 cents today. I got out of it also. I figured, you know what, let's like I said, free up this cash. let's focus on what we know works. Let's go back to our roots. BlackBerry today, same thing. Stock, well, actually, BlackBerry was up today 53 cents. At one point, it was down. It was all over the place. So this is where most of our profits were. Had a huge day in profits. I did sell 400 contracts of BlackBerry or bought back 400 contracts just because we have such a large position. I mean, if BlackBerry drops 2 or 3 points, this thing could get really, really ugly again. And you know what? I mean, honestly, if I liquidated my entire account right now and called it good, and we made $387,000 for the week, it's a terrific week. So sometimes you can get over crazy and over greedy, and that's what happened with all these stocks. Everybody just thought we were all going to go to the moon, and there was no holding them back. And like I said, I always tell people this: there's always somebody with more money than we have who can do it. Unfortunately, for Citadel and some of those that are Melvin, it didn't work out in the beginning. But I can tell you, they're going to make all their money back in the end. Don't you worry; they didn't get hurt that bad. So very interesting stuff. But yeah, let's look at the trades. Here's the trades we did today. So bought the naked for 20,000 shares at $1.82. Thank God we didn't buy them at $1.90, but like I said, didn't do good. Then averaged down at $1.60 or $1.58, and it just continued to go down. Sunshine Biopharma, we went ahead and got rid of all of those other shares. So I guess we got 11 cents, some at 13. So about a 12-cent average when it was all said and done. Solar Integration, 66 cents, got our money out, basically flat on that one. And Sundial Growers, we actually made on 50,000 shares, we made a dime, so we made $5,000 in profit, so it was pretty good there. And then I bought the, I meant to put in 400 contracts, so I actually did myself a favor. I only put in 40 at $1.42, and then it actually got better, and then I got the other 360 at $1.39. So we took off 40,000 contract or 400 contracts of BlackBerry off the table. One thing about all this stuff, I really like BlackBerry a lot because BlackBerry actually has a base of about $7 to $10. So I'm not looking for BlackBerry to go back to 50 cents a dollar because it was never that low. Some of these other stocks like AMC and some of these others, they have they can definitely drop a lot, and it's very interesting. Now all this confusion with silver, and I don't know if Reddit's not behind this and the meme stock stuff. They're just with Bitcoin, they're spreading everybody too thin. You got to pick something and you got to be a leader and you got to stick to it. And what people don't understand is these market makers, they control the markets, they control the spreads. And I'm going to show you guys here in a little bit. This stuff is shocking. I took screenshots of it. It didn't really affect me because I'm not playing them right now, but it's shocking. I almost was going to buy GameStop on the dips, and thank God I didn't because, like I said, this stuff's just all getting pounded even more after hours. GameStop's down another 40 points after hours at 138. So, I mean, just took a beating today. Just absolute beating in the aftermarket. But futures are looking good for tomorrow. They were way down yesterday when we were looking, but had a good day. Apple came back, and I do have some Apple options out there. I don't have any in this account, but in my other accounts, we are playing Apple and stuff, and it's still doing good. And I like to get back into Apple. It's going to be steady. I think long term. Like I said, sometimes you just got to make that couple $100,000 a week instead of going, trust me, I want to say, you know what, Raja made $1 million today, make you guys all proud, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way. Sometimes we just, if we can make $200,000-300,000 a week and keep it growing, we'll hit our $25 million this year, and that's my goal. But yeah, futures are looking good. So hopefully we continue to see some, steadiness there. I want to show you guys this. So this is interesting. I like how, this is almost like where you have, CNN and Fox reporting. Whose side are you on? Why the GameStop frenzy may hurt retirees along with hedge funds. Well, it says, so many of these so many of these retirees invest in hedge funds. Well, I want to know what retirees are investing in a hedge fund that the sole purpose is to try and short stocks and pound them into the ground. How is that good for business? But this person's trying to have an article here saying that the, Melvin Capital, for example, lost more than 50% in January. Pension plans, which invest assets behalf of workers and teachers and police officers, hold big positions in hedge funds. They do, but so you're telling me that the police and the fire department and the teachers, that they want to invest all their money into a hedge fund that all it does is try and put businesses out of business? So, and these articles are coming out, and this is just BS, just total BS. Let me show you why. Like I told you I was going to show you. This is why we have a problem right here in the market. Look at this. Let me enlarge this for you guys. So this is where the scam begins. So first of all, what they did is they went to the market maker. So the market maker controls the market. So they went to the clearinghouses and they raised all the requirements. Well, this is BS. Look at this, guys. Please note number 2 here. GameStop has a special maintenance requirement of 300%. Also note this, number 3, the security is not marginable. So let me get this right. The market maker said it's not marginable. So what that means is if you buy GameStop right now, and it's when I was looking at this, it was $230 a share by $232 a share. And we're going to get to that next. But you have to put up $230. So if you wanted to buy right now 1 share of GameStop, when I was looking at this price, you have to pay $230. You have to have that cash. If GameStop goes to 300, you've paid 100% cash. There's no risk to the brokerage firm. You would sell it, you get $300. You paid $230, you made $70. If you paid $230 cash, 100% paid when you bought it, and it went to $200 and you sold it, you lost $30. You would take a $30 loss. There is no risk, nothing to hurt that brokerage firm. Then what the hell is number 2? Has a special maintenance requirement of 300%. So they want you, if you want to own a share of GameStop, 1 share, you have to put up 300%. Why? These brokerage firms are just, it's not the broker, the clearinghouses, which is Citadel. It's very interesting because you have Citadel who owns, a piece of Robinhood who got destroyed and, had a capital calls, who then is loaning money to Melvin. So why in the hell is the middleman who's, the market maker loaning money to a hedge fund who's shorting stocks, who just lost its ass, and then raises the requirement to 300%? Where is there any risk more than 100? You don't have any more risk than 100% loss. So, I mean, this is really, really, just horrible. Shady, shocking, whatever you want to call it. So the other thing I want to point out here is look at this too. Look at the market. So they're offering you guys free trades. Hey, you know what? We'll let you trade for free. We're not going to charge you a commission. Look at the spread. $2.30 to $2.32 and 40 or 232.48. A $2.48 spread. So if I was to come in and buy 1,000 shares, which is, you watch, I buy 10, 20,000 shares at a time, right? And we did 10, 20,000 shares. They have a $2.48 spread. So they're going to give me a $7.95 free trade, but then they're going to take 20, if I bought 1,000 shares, they're going to take a $2,400 profit on this. I mean, this is insane. I would much rather, the good news is we got screenshots of all this. Like I said, unfortunately, I didn't short it or buy it, so it doesn't really affect me. And here's another screenshot. I just was playing around with it. Then it went to like 236 by 238.99. I mean, these spreads are insane. Now, you can put a limit order in, so you could have said, you know what? I'm going to, buy this for 235, and if it hits it and fills, whatever, because it was moving so fast. But my whole point to this is the 300%. Citadel overnight just said, you know what? We have nothing to do with this. You guys do what you want. It's the brokerage firms. We're just going to change these requirements. I think this is some serious stuff. And, it's definitely going to get ugly. Somebody says, Sean says, Raja, look at the CEO of Melvin worked at Citadel. He did. And he actually got fired for fraud. I mean, I'm surprised the guy's even allowed to trade. But this is very dangerous, having stuff like this. And like I said, and you can see the effect, where are all those mean buyers? I mean, GameStop got pounded today, 50% down. And it's like I said, it's getting pounded more. Well, 30% and 47% down for the day. And it's still, it's getting pounded after hours. So I want to, like I said, I think what happened is the Wall Street bets, they're betting on way too much stuff. You got to pick and choose your battles. You can't pick and take on silver and Bitcoin and all these stocks. It's too much. It's too overwhelming. They had a good thing going. It worked. Now they're trying to say they didn't have anything to do with silver. it's all over their board still, right? I mean, for them to, whether it's their people or not, and what they're doing is, it's too overvalued. You can't play something. Enough people can't play a $300 stock. It's very hard. So that's why everybody jumped on AMC. Well, let me tell you what the problem. Let's pull up AMC for you guys today. And AMC was way up earlier and then got pounded in the end of the day. I'm going to tell you why. Because AMC, this is another situation going on. AMC is basically like an ATM. They can print cash. So AMC, had all that debt, was borrowing money. So, during the day-to-day, they were as high as $17. Now they're at 13, and after hours down 10% or 8.8%. So AMC has all this stock. They have all this debt. At any given time that they need money, it's like an ATM. They can just sell into the market. So imagine you own your business or something. They can just issue new stock or shares they have on hand, and they can just keep dumping it. So the good news is for AMC, they're going to have all this money in the bank. So they actually may survive because of everyone running their stock up. They may survive. But the thing is, they don't even need people to come in and short their stock. They're shorting their stock on their own, hurting all you guys who are investing in them, trying to support them, because they can just come in and short the stock anytime they want, or not, technically not short the stock, add more shares to the float, because they're selling their inventory to raise capital. And as long as they keep doing it, it's going to be hard. It's going to be very, very hard. So you guys be very, very careful with stocks like these, because when they can sell into the market on their own for capital, like I said, it's good for them, but they're going to hurt the shareholder, because you think AMC cares to blast 1 million shares today at $15 and collect $15 million in cash in the bank? Hell no, they don't care. That they could have sold 10 million shares today into the market. The thing had 354 million shares traded. So who knows? That could have been them. 15 million shares, 10 million shares for 150 million today. Like I said, it's going to be interesting when all these 10Ks come out, and all the 8K, 10Ks, and all the different filings from these companies. But be very careful. So Armando says CCIV moving big after hours. This one keeps moving. And I saw some other SPAC plays today, but I'll pull it up for you. Up another 2%, 10% during the day, another 12%. It's hard to say unless some news came out on it finally. People keep talking about it, and it's been as high as last week. It was $37, came all the way back. So definitely hard to say. Mad Max, Raja, I mentioned CODX the last few days. Please check it out. Sure, Mad Max. Sounds like something from a Thunderdome. Yep. Well, nice move today, up $1. So looks good. Don't know anything about this stock. No news or anything. What does it say? A molecular diagnostics company. So definitely a bio play, I assume. But somebody said, should I sell my SNDL? I think sell it after hours if you have a profit. I you know what? We bought it. It went down. I wanted to get out of it. Kind of like with Naked. If Naked gets going again, we're gonna get out of it. I think some of these littler ones are gonna come back to life. But I think it's gonna be tough. You've got to have that momentum, and we have to have people playing it and stuff. Steve says, bought some puts to open for the 130 weekly strike on Apple. Great trade. Thanks, Raja. Very welcome. I got that same trade going. I'll show you my other account where we threw that extra money over. I had Apple. So you can see here, I have 100 contracts of the 130s. They're at 90 cents today. So that was up $19,000 today, that trade. So that worked out good for me also from when I did it. But it's going to be very, very interesting, to see what these companies do, because did I actually show you guys that? Hold on a second. I think I didn't have it on the screen. There you go. Whoops. There you go. Yeah, so I had the 100 contracts here, but that position was up 19,600 today. So that was up nice today in that account. But it's going to be interesting. Like I said, so much market manipulation. Also, big shout out to all my YouTube sponsors. Have those really cool emojis. Also, guys, the Webull Challenge has begun. If you haven't got into it yet, you still have time. You can join anytime during the month. Just send in your screenshot once you get your account open. You can't put in more than $100, but the 4 free shares of stock that you do get do count towards it. Also, we are 2 people away from 100 Patreon members. So thank you guys for all your support. And my Patreon members get access to my trades in real time. Also, this week, later on in the week, once we hit 100 Patreons, we're going to celebrate. I'm going to start doing some live day trading on our private Facebook page for you guys to watch how I do it, how I average down, how I average up and take profits. You guys are going to be able to watch me trade live thousands and thousands of dollars in real time. I'm actually going to do some smaller stuff because I want people to see that you don't have to have $5-6 million to trade. You can do it with $10,000 in play. You can do it with $5,000. So I want everybody to see there's opportunity for all of you to be able to day trade and make money. Also, guys, remember this is for entertainment purposes only. I am just sharing with you the trades I make and what I'm doing. I am not a broker. You have to make your own decisions. But I'm just sharing with you what I'm doing. So always like to give you guys that disclaimer, just so everybody doesn't forget that I am not just the Raja of making lots of money, but you guys are the money makers, and we're all going to make lots of money. So somebody says, Satoshi, since the Fed has printed all this money, fundamentally, don't you think gold and silver should go up anyway? Well, I mean, hypothetically, if they keep printing money, well, there's 2 things. If they keep printing money and there's no gold or to back it, that's a problem. But there's nobody to come in and back it, or no way for the government to really run, unless the government was to go out and buy more gold on its own to try and run it, to try and cover the shortfall. But like I said, I think it's so out of whack nowadays, and the whole. I'm sure if anybody investigated how much of our government money is actually still backed by gold or different things, they would be very shocked to find out it's really really bad. So, but not sure about that one. Chaos says it would be cool if we did a 25K account also. That's something we could look at, maybe a smaller account to do some option trading in and stuff. And I actually have some other accounts with smaller amounts that I trade, so I could show you guys. Definitely something we could do. Matt says BCRX. What do they do, Matt? Why do you like this one so much? BCRX. Never heard of it. 52-week high, another pharmaceutical. Yeah, all these pharmaceutical stuff definitely running and stuff. Another one loses money. Biotech company designed to develop small molecule drugs, blocks enzymes. Yep, another biotech. So, like I said, it's there's so many of them that keep going up, keep moving. Yeah, I mean, it's endless every day. There's on Webull, you can sort them and it'll show you all the big ones. I mean, there's hundreds every day that go up 10, 20, 30%. And there's hundreds that go down 10, 20, 30%. It's just knowing what side of the trade to be on. So tomorrow, look for us maybe to get in some Apple. If Express keeps getting pounded, one thing we could do is we could hedge Express. And let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So one thing that we could do with the Express, let me pull this up here. And what a hedge is, the only thing I don't like about hedging Express is that it's 3 weeks away. So now we'd have 14 trading days away. But when you hedge, so we could sell the calls to open, do our chain. But it's just a ways out, and I'd rather gamble on Express coming back a little bit. Basically on Express, we may have to do what we did with Pfizer, if you guys remember. We just threw it away. Said, you know what? Because here's the thing: I made $387,000 today. If the way I look at it is, it's an account as a whole. I want to make money on all my trades, and some of these little penny stocks that you've seen we're getting out of as they're breaking even or making a profit. But I look at the account as a whole, and this is why I said sometimes it's like sports betting. If you play too many things, you're going to lose, because while we're all geniuses and we all may think we're smarter than everyone else, it's very hard to pick 10 stocks, 20 stocks, and all of them make money. So that's why sometimes it's easier. It's not as sexy as I like to say, just playing Apple or a few things. But longer term, you may make a lot more money. And at the end of the day, do you really care if you make $200,000 or $300,000 a week playing Apple and it's very stable and secure, or do you want to play 20 stocks and drive yourself crazy and lose all your hair like I did? So that's kind of my philosophy behind it. But what you can do is, so on some of these stocks, so the problem is you have 18 days to go, or technically 14 trading days. So you could sell the call. And I know one of my buddies sold some calls today. I think the sevens for like $1.39 or something, somewhere in there, $1.30. I don't know. But these are the different call strikes. So they're actually for the range, they're not bad. We're into our stock at like $9. We could sell the $9 call at $1. What that means is in the next 3 weeks or 14, 18 days, whatever, if Express gets up to $9 or higher, God bless it, we're out of there and we get this $1.15. So we're almost getting $10 a share. We have a nice profit. We have 75,000 shares of this at, so we would pick up this $75,000 right now. If we want to make sure we really get out of it, or we're willing to take a loss, we could do the 140. But like I said, the issue is it's so far out. It's a long time. So do you want to, let's say Express, the good news is we can get $1, $2, but let's say this thing goes to $2, and we're waiting it out. We could, do we just call it good? And if we can get out at $5, say, you know what, screw it. We lost, a couple of $100,000 on this trade, but who cares? I made up 300,000 somewhere. I'm still ahead 500 grand for the week, 600. Who knows what we finish at? So those are the kind of things you sometimes have to look at and just, get out and play smart and do what makes the most sense. Phil says, if you want to play SNDL, sell July 50-cent puts. You get 20 cents a share, good return on your money. It's like buying a 166-day CD with a return of 40% on your money. That is over 80% APR on your money. Safe bet, great return. Well, thank you for that tip. The only problem with that is depending on where you're trading, if they are requiring these crazy margin requirements, it could get pretty crazy and stuff. Austin, guess we aren't getting naked on the moon, huh, Raja? Not yet. Like I said, some of these you have to be up early in the morning because sometimes both early pre-market, they rally pretty hard or they tank pretty hard. So it's definitely interesting. But I think the big one today is this GameStop. I mean, they just got pounded, so I don't know how, it's going to be interesting because, what's going to happen is people are going to start losing faith in the Wall Street bets because everyone who invested money and said, like I said, what about the guys who bought this thing at $400, $500 or even today at $300, that poor guy, I mean, he's screwed, even if thank God they limited him to only one share of stock, but still imagine if this was your first time in the stock market and everyone's telling you to play this. And then look what happens. So you got to be very, very careful. Jano says, do you still have ZOM? We don't have any ZOM right now. I've been watching that one. I almost got back into it today under 97 cents, 90. I keep hearing things. I know some other stock channels are pumping it up, but I don't know. It's really hard to say. So Superman Stone 420 in his Kiwi voice. Did you invest in GameStop? So I did not invest in GameStop. The only investment in GameStop I did, which I made money, was I shorted it. That's how I played the GameStop as a short. And if you watched yesterday's show, I showed you guys how I made a couple $100,000 shorting GameStop. At one point, I was down almost over $1 million. I wish there was stock available today to short GameStop. And this is where it gets tough too. Like I said, I almost was going to be a buyer of GameStop today around 220, 230 because I said, oh, it's come all the way down. Maybe it's going to pop back up. I go, these, Reddit people, these people are solid. They got their stuff together. They're going to pop this thing. And of course, unfortunately, I don't know what happened to it. So just went down the tubes. So Paul says, guess I am just talking to myself. A lot of people do that sometimes, Paul. It's okay. But as long as you're having a good conversation with yourself, I hope you're enjoying it. So Margaret, my stock went up today. Yay. Congratulations, Margaret. The real question is, who's going to be our 100th Patreon member? We're 2 Patreons away. So thank you guys. All my Patreon members, you guys get my trades in real time. And later this week, I'm going to start doing live day trading on the Patreon Facebook page for you guys. So it should be good. Should be good and stuff. Jano says, what do you think of Sens and Vine? Do not know anything about those. Haven't ever familiar with them. What is your take on Churchill stock, CC? This is one I've said a few times. We keep watching it. It last Monday it was $37. It seems like Mondays it pops and it comes down. I mean, obviously something's going to happen. I liked some of those puts on it and some of those, but that was the same thing. Those were also monthly, and I was like, I don't want to wait for a month. It was a great return, especially when the volatility was way up, and stuff. But now it's kind of dangerous. I don't know. I mean, it's one of those. If you believe in it or you know more to the story than I do, maybe it's a good play, but hard to say. Randy, I like your take on Genius Brands. Very malign company for reasons I don't really understand. Yeah, I mean, I think this is just one everybody likes the name GNUS for Genius. I don't know. I mean, that's another one. Let's see where it's at today. One had ran and back up today. A few pennies. Pull it up. Same thing. It's been as high as $3 the other day. Didn't it get up to? There's a 52-week high. Oh, 50 high, $11. Wow, I didn't think it was that high. It got to the $3 the other day. This is the same thing. I don't know. I mean, it has a lot of support around this $1.40 level. So I mean, you're not, I mean, it's in that a better range if you are going to play it. But hard to say on that one. So hard to say. Chaos. I made 10K off Genius back in the summer. Congrats. Dina, if you only had $1,000 to play with, which stock would you buy? That's a tough one. I love your photo there. That's a tough one. If you only have $1,000, I think maybe you play a few smaller stocks that have some potential. Maybe Ford. Ford has some good news out with Google today. Some different stuff. Like that. Let's see what Ford did today. Probably up quite a bit. I have some Ford. So there's Ford, was up a little bit, 1083, $11. It's been as high, Ford in the last month has been as high as like, $11.50, $12. So it's, I think Ford's a good one. I think if you have a limited amount to play with, definitely check out Ford and stuff. But I mean, I think there's a few. You just got to kind of play with what looks fitting to you. Raja just tuned in. What's your take on Robinhood opening up restrictions on AMC? I bought a few more shares and I'm waiting until the end of the week for the boom. Well, I hope you bought them very, very cheap. But like I said, and it's down another $1 after hours today. But the big problem with AMC is they're printing stock. They're like an ATM. They can just keep selling into the market to raise capital. So definitely need to be careful with that. But I wouldn't touch AMC with a 10-foot pole. If your brokerage firm lets you, sell options or puts against it, I think like I did last week, the $5 ones, if you think there's enough money in it or something, but that one can crash hard. All these can. I mean, it's like I said, it's very interesting. You're seeing this big crash now. You're seeing some of these get pounded again after hours today. Somebody's, I don't know where all that money went. I don't know where it's all sitting. Where are all these new millionaires? Why aren't they coming in and buying up the place? So who knows? I don't know. It's definitely interesting stuff. Like I said, we're to get back to our basics and our roots and probably do, like I said, you started seeing me. I took some profits today, started selling some stuff off because I want to get back to some more safer plays. It's not going to be as sexy, but it's going to be a lot more steadier. And like I said, if we can make, a couple of 100,000 a week, that's just fine. Carla says, GM, I am so upset with them. I've been waiting for my new car and it's so delayed. But I mean, same thing, GM. The car manufacturers seem to be pretty steady. I think they're all going to do good. They're all pumping, electric vehicles in the future and different stuff like that. So they should do good. Tesla today got a big upgrade and of course, ran again. Makes no sense because it's still based on earnings has, no value or nothing, shouldn't, be running like it is, but it is. Hey guys, don't forget, the Webull Challenge is underway. The links are all over the place. If you guys would like to play, you can join anytime during the month. It's just whoever is at the end of the month has made the most on it wins the bragging rights for the Wee Bull champion, who can turn $100 into the most, and you get 4 free shares of stock. I think for sure through today, you get 4 free shares of stock. I do not know if that promo will continue after today. We'll find out tomorrow. So we will know. Doug says, I just signed up for the Webull account. Well, congrats, Doug. And hopefully you get it going. $100 to start. Kyle, check out Naked Stock. It's worth a look. We just checked it out, Kyle, and today it was down, got hammered. Hopefully it bounces back tomorrow. We actually bought some higher, so hopefully it comes back. But hey, guys, that's what I got for you. We finished the day up $387,000. If we can find the account somewhere. So actually, for the two up. So for those of you guys who are following, because we threw that other money in that other, another account, we're almost up over $1.5 million since the beginning of the year. Or we are up over $1.5 million, but this account is actually up $1,172,000. If the market stays how it's looking at the open tomorrow, we will probably be down. If Express is down some again, hopefully it bounces up. BlackBerry. Actually, based on what it's doing, if it's flattish or if it goes up tomorrow, we'll have a nice day again. Probably look to remove some more of these 1450 strikes, just because we've got some good profits this week. And like I said, I don't micromanage an individual stock all the time. I try and make money on all our trades, but this Express is just so upside down and without and being stuck in the crossfires of the WeBets. Our Wall Street bets, we've got to be, I don't know, we've got to be very careful with it. And it may just be like Pfizer, where we just have to blow it up and move on and make more money off of something else. So, but hey guys, that's my show for you guys today. I hope you guys all made lots of money in the market. You guys are my money makers. Make sure you get on that Webull challenge if you haven't yet. And thank you to all our Patreon members. We are almost to 100 Patreon members. Later in the week, I'm going to be doing live Patreon trading for you guys, live day trading on our private Patreon Facebook, so you guys can see how I do it. It's pretty simple. I think you guys are going to be pretty impressed. If you like today's video, give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure you follow me. And hey, I'll see all you guys tomorrow. Take care and have a great day.